We are live on YouTube. It is Friday. This is the Rich Lieberman Media Pulse. Why am I bobbing my head as if to show authority, as if to just become animated for no apparent reason? Who the heck knows? I don't know, but I'm acknowledging that. In any event, look, welcome to the show. If you're watching live on YouTube, fantastic. Great if you're watching later on because you downloaded and wanted to see me at your more convenient time. Also, welcome you. It's not that big of a deal. We're not, it's not breaking news. Well, it is breaking news in a way. So I want to say I've got another interview, and it's going to be special. I've got another interview confirmed. I'm working on multiple interviews with people in pop culture, people in culture, people in entertainment, news, sports, uh, across the board for your enjoyment. Most of them Bay Area based, but a lot non-Bay Area based, but significant enough. Okay, confirmed for September 12th, which is about a month away, but a very, very special person, very dear in my heart. Grew up listening to this guy and just an all around Bay Area luminary, and that's Joe Starkey. Oh, the band is out on the field. I can't. That guy. And we'll talk about that, obviously. Yes, September 12th. That's a Thursday at 11 o'clock for an hour. As Jim Eason used to say, if all goes well, he'll be here in the palatial studios, the Lieberman compound. We're going to be live on September 12th, 11 o'clock Pacific time, AM. If you are unable to watch it live, of course, you can watch it later on. And before I talk about Joe Starkey briefly, I'm going to try to make it interactive where you can call in. I'll have a talk show number. Maybe you could ask a question live. If you want to email me a question, we can do that. If you want to text me a question, we'll do that too. I'm working on all those things, folks, because I am your equal opportunity, all encompassing media interviewer and drive component of this fantastic show. Anyway, Joe Starkey, where do I start? Cal broadcaster, broadcast the San Jose Sharks, did play-by-play, radio, television. Actually, was the first Sharks TV broadcaster. First 2 years the Sharks were here back in 1990. That's scary. Did Cal football, Cal basketball, the 49ers. How did I forget that? So Joe Starkey is best known for a couple of things. Obviously, the play, which I was at, sitting with Bruce McGowan up in the press box at Memorial Stadium. I know Bruce will probably chime in with a comment about that. We were the only two guys that actually watched that thing live. Most of the press sitting up in the press box were on an elevator going down to the locker room where they're going to interview the winning Stanford. No, not so fast. Any event. Joe Starkey and the play, which has been played all over the universe, ladies and gentlemen. You know that. I'm going to have Joe Starkey here. Oh, and the second thing, Joe did a live remote broadcast to all the people at KGO Radio way back 1980 on the afternoon news describing what was taking place in Lake Placid, New York. This little hockey game, right, where the U.S. was playing Russia, and we all know what happened. Oh, my God! Do you believe in miracles? I'm stealing from Al Michaels, who I'm working on, by the way. I'm teasing. Maybe Al Michaels pretty soon. That to be discussed later on. Anyway, Joe Starkey was one of very few people who was inside the arena at Lake Placid, New York. Anyway, gave us a play-by-play almost and a live account of the Russia playing the United States. And we all know the Americans beat Russia. By the way, a lot of people don't even remember this. That wasn't the gold medal game. That was the precursor to the game. That was a Friday afternoon back in February 24th, 1980. They still had to beat, what was it, Finland? Yeah, on Sunday to get the gold medal. But that was the game that everybody knows. And Joe Starkey was there. Anyway, Joe Starkey will be here. And I'm going to talk about everything. It's not going to be the interview that most people would think it'll be. It's going to be a great interview. Don't get me wrong. But I'm going to ask Joe about everything, life issues and sports broadcasting and the play-by-play culture these days. It's going to be an all-encompassing interview for an hour. Joe hasn't done lots of interviews, but he's going to be doing my show. Again, put it in your whatever, your handbook, your electronic gear, your iPhone, your Android phone, September the 12th. It's a Thursday at 11 o'clock Pacific time, right here. We all will be getting a 1 hour dose of Joe Starkey. My God, I feel so psyched thinking about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be invigorating. It's going to be obviously entertaining. It's going to be informative, and we will have a blast. Even if you're not into sports, stick around because we're going to talk about everything. Joe spent a great deal of his career in the Bay Area, not just doing play-by-play, but also a Emmy Award, no, a Luminary Award winner writing sportscast. Great writer. And he did all of his sportscasts on KGO. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about everything. And again, hopefully, I'll have this interactive aspect done, and you can send me, as I said, email, text, call in. We'll allow you to ask questions. We'll allow you, of course. No, I'm going to ban it. We'll be giving you the opportunity to talk to Joe Starkey. God, I can't. Oh. Sorry, Lou Ferrigno. Joe Starkey will be here. Now, I let the cat out of the bag. I am trying to get significant interviews, and a lot of them are booked, but they haven't been confirmed yet. I got to get, sometimes some of these people have to go through corporate. They got to get an okay. And, my situation, but we've had some significant interviews here with, Ted Robinson and people like Frank Somerville, and we're working on Bob Costas. I'm working on a whole bunch of people. Some of these people have given me okays, but we still have to get it confirmed through their other outside components. We'll get to that. Anyway, put it in your book, September the 12th, 11 o'clock, right here on the Rich Lieberman Media Pulse. I wanted to go over a few other things too. I've often talked about radio, the fact that we don't have a lot of radio left here in the Bay Area, and that given the demographics that we have, given the fact that a lot of people miss the old iteration of KGO, right? Or even way back when. But as I've often stated, that ship has sailed. I am trying to get people that have influence, people that have significant financial wherewithal together. God, folks, I can't talk today for some reason. I haven't had my 12 cups of coffee yet. Wherewithal to meet, sit down, see if we can get a frequency out there, terrestrial, where the powers that be, who have the money, who have the juice, the wherewithal, the idea of getting a KGO-like station back here in the Bay Area is, to me, vital. It's not life or death, obviously, but it's significant enough. And we have an election looming. We have all this stuff taking place. Kamala Harris, her new running mate. Boy, we have every information on that, maybe more, too much information. Trump, his running mate. Good news, by the way, for Trump, if you saw the headlines, especially on the Drudge Report. Trump's got a double digit lead over Harris. Again, this is all polls this time of the year don't mean much. But I think it's really, really, really important because just a week ago, a few days ago, it was neck and neck. And now all of a sudden, according to a couple of polls, Trump has got either a 6 to roughly 10 to 12 point lead on Kamala Harris. Now, he had a pretty good day. His press conference on Thursday, kind of interesting, funny, sometimes not so intentionally funny, but she is going to have to break her. This is not very flattery with her. She's escaping doing press. I don't know why. You know, she's actually pretty damn good with the press, even uncomfortable press, but she's avoided doing press conferences. And it's been almost 3 weeks since she announced and since Biden stepped down, and we have this. I imagine her advisors are going to pick some friendly media like a Stephanopoulos on ABC, maybe Lester Holt on NBC. I've also thinking of the fact that she could do a 60 minutes with like Scott Pelley, right? So-called fresh, folks, I'm losing it. Friendly media, Kamala Harris, 60 minutes. CNN, maybe an Anderson Cooper. And by the way, not that they're going to not ask uh, hard questions and not just the fact that they're going to toss softballs. I think that, in fact, it would probably be largely entertaining if they did give her an informative, some hard questions, policy, style, her choice of the running mate that she chose, the governor, Wells, you know, uh, talk about all these stories emerging about the fact that she could have picked the governor Shapiro from Pennsylvania, a key state, a so-called swing state. At the last minute, supposedly she pulled the plug on that. Why? As the right-wing radio people have suggested, was it anti-Semite? Was it the fact that a lot of outside influences told her not to pick Shapiro because he's Jewish? I mean, what's she going to say? She's not going to come out and admit that, obviously. She'll say something, half baked. Oh, it had nothing to do with that. Well, then by all accounts, why was he at the very, very last minute put off the list and you ended up going with this guy? That guy looks like a decent guy. Maybe his military record has to be looked at. The fact that he's in Cushy Cush with the so called squad, which are known anti-Semitic type of Congress people, one of which has spread very, 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 very crazy conspiracy theories about Jews. Anyway, so all of this, we ain't talking about it. We don't have a news talk outlet. And as I have multiple times lambasted that fact, I am trying to get people, and by the way, if you are of that ilk, money and news talk oriented and think that there should be a news talk outlet in the Bay Area, contact me via email. And let's talk about getting all of you in a room and discussing the options that we have out there. So, anyway, wanted to pass that on to you. Finally, please make a contribution to my site, which enables me to power the car, put gas in the car, keep the oil running so I can continue to give you not just interviews, but scoops and all the opinions that I provide. Sometimes you agree, sometimes you disagree. It's Friday. We'll be back later on, hopefully. If not, we'll see you later. And again, don't forget Joe Starkey live and direct here Thursday, September 12th, 11 o'clock Eastern. We'll see you later. And thanks for watching. Please also contribute and subscribe to me, Rich Lieberman, on this wonderful YouTube show.